We're going to talk about these new allegations, but remember what I said when this stuff was first coming out about Diddy, especially after that Cassie case, right? I said there are gonna inevitably be men who will speak up about Diddy, inevitably. And my fear is that a lot of people gonna skip over, the underage girls, the woman, the abuse, the assault, the victims, the horrific nature of these crimes in general, right? And focus only on the fact that Diddy was doing this, to guys, to men as well. I've seen very clearly how in our community, some of us will excuse all kinds of heinous abuse or brush over it, especially if it's done by clergy or a, supposed respected member of community or family or whatever. But as soon as people can see that these assaults happened in a situation with two men, that's when everyone starts, oh my God, acting so, out of character. And it's like, y'all should have been rah-rahing the moment that you heard it happening to anybody in general. But because it's two men now, everybody's going to act like, they don't have no sense. So let's talk about it. Don't play with me, oh, this shit gon' get graphic. They say that I'm the blueprint, yeah, they calling me schematic. Go crazy like a Zula if these bitches want aesthetic. And of course, as usual, the link to this article will be in my description. Diddy was sued Monday in federal court by a producer on his most recent album who accuses the music mogul of sexually harassing, drugging, and threatening him over more than a year. The producer, Rodney Lil Rod Jones, says in the lawsuit that he lived and traveled with Combs from September 2022 to November 2023, during which time he recorded hours of video and audio of Combs, his staff, and others engaging in serious illegal activity. And again, this just makes me think that you talking about video and serious illegal activity and hours of video. It just makes me think that even with all the accusations coming out now, that this is just the tip of the iceberg. Even all this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to this man, right? Here the report says that Jones says, right, that Diddy forced him to basically recruit sex workers and pressured him to engage in unwelcome sex acts with them and others. And Jones also alleges that Diddy gave laced alcoholic beverages to people who attended parties at his home. The lawsuit includes what it says are screenshots from gatherings hosted at Combs's home that included underage girls and sex workers, some of whom he said were provided drinks that had been laced with drugs at Diddy's direction. Jeez, they talking about the suit contains pictures and shit. Okay, the suit also names Combs' adult son Justin. This shit was, I was like, now you got your son in this, bro. His chief of staff, Christina Coram, Universal Music Group's CEO, Sir Lucian Range, and former Motown Records CEO Ethiopia Habtemariam as defendants. So when we talk about, because they were bringing this shit up with R. Kelly as well. When you're talking about these like big moguls who do this serial abusive shit, right? They ain't just doing this shit by themselves. Like they're having a whole group of CEOs, businessmen, whatever, people in law enforcement, people in their entourage, managers, bodyguards, like whoever. They keep an empire around them to be able to continue to do this shit, right? And the fact that his son was named is just, it's like, that shit is scary, right? So the lawsuit says that basically all those people work together with Combs in a RICO enterprise that failed to adequately monitor, warn, or supervise the actions of Combs, his son, and his chief of staff. A RICO enterprise is any individual or groups, right, that act together to violate, obviously, the RICO Act. Jones is seeking $30 million. Representatives for Justin Combs, Motown Records, Love Records, they did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Habtemariam could not immediately be reached for comment. Now, an attorney for Diddy said Jones's reckless name dropping about events that are pure fiction and simply did not happen. It's just like, okay, girl, y'all love to do all this shit, but the suit says they got screenshots and video and shit. So it's like, okay, you doing all this rah-rah, you getting on the statement, But you talking about, oh, nothing ever happened. We have overwhelming and indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies. Our attempts to share this proof with Mr. Jones's attorney have been ignored as Mr. Blackburn refuses to return our calls. Why the fuck would we return your call? Girl, bring that shit to the court and shut the fuck up. We ain't talking. Are you serious? They got video. They got screenshots of this shit. Why would we want to talk to you, girl? You just bring that shit to court. We will address these outlandish allegations in court and take all appropriate action against those who make them. We gonna see, mama. We gonna see about that. Okay? According to Jones's lawsuit, in or about August 2022, Diddy called Jones and requested that he produce several songs on his upcoming album. Mr. Jones agreed, and his life has been detrimentally impacted ever since, the lawsuit says. Jones alleged that Diddy sexually harassed and assaulted him while he lived with him at Combs' homes in Florida, LA, and also New York, as well as on a yacht Combs rented in the U.S. Virgin Islands. The harassment and assault included constant, unsolicited, and unauthorized groping and touching of his ass. Jones said that he was forced to work in Combs' bathroom as Combs showered naked in a glass enclosure. These bitches really think them hoes is on Empire or some shit. Like, y'all really think that, like, Cookie walk around here, Lucius showering in the goddamn bathroom with no, like, bitch, y'all really think this is a fucking episode of Empire, bitch? You're going to prison. You're going to prison. When he raised concern about this behavior to, chief of staff, these other, executives, he was dismissed. It was dismissed as, oh, friendly horseplay. Bitch, I'm not a fucking horse, bitch. This bitch look at my face, call me Black Beauty, bitch. I'm not a horse. Friendly horseplay, stating that those acts were Diddy's way of showing you that he likes you. Girl, he could show me that he liked me by paying me more. He could show me that he liked me by complimenting my goddamn work. He could show me that he liked me by, setting me up for interviews or, other companies and advertising my services. Girl, he could say that he likes me that way, bitch. He don't have to touch my ass. He don't have to be showering naked. Like, girl, what are you talking about? The lawsuit accuses Karam of aiding and abetting Combs' sexual assault of Jones and of working with Diddy to groom him into accepting a homosexual relationship. And it's just like, how ugly, because that shit ain't no relationship, babes. That is exploitation, abuse of power, harassment, assault. Like, how ugly is all of this? Jones also alleges that he was forced to solicit sex workers and perform sex acts with them to please Diddy. To aid in the alleged recruitment, Jones says Diddy provided him with an exclusive bad boy baseball cap and required him to wear it to a Miami establishment as a signal to any sex worker he approached. Bitch, Diddy think he in a movie or some shit, like Inspector Gadget, Mission Impossible type shit. Go in there, wear this cap, and it would be a signal, like, bitch, we spies for somebody, for a different country or some shit. Bitch, like, oh my God, get him out of here. What other fucking signals and hand signals and clothing signals this motherfucker got? Bitch, he got a whole language to recruit these. Get him out of here. So he wore the cap as a signal to any sex worker that, he approached, that Diddy was in town and had sent Jones to recruit them, the lawsuit says. So Jones says that Diddy, who he describes in the suit as forceful and demanding, and someone who does not take no for an answer, leveraged his power, right, as one of the most influential people in hip hop and business to intimidate him, including by threatening to inflict bodily harm if Jones did not comply with his demands. Like I said, not only does Diddy have these connections in the industry and all that shit, but he also, and threatening bodily harm, that's crazy, but he also had his hand in law enforcement and shit. So it's like, not even law enforcement's on your side when you're trying to get away from this billionaire, you know what I mean? And he gonna find your ass. He gonna find your ass. So it's just, this is why I be going so hard dragging these abusers in the industry. If everyone turns a blind eye, right, just because the abusive artist or whoever is your fave, or because you think they make good music, or because they sing or rap really well, or because they have money, or because they're famous, they're going to feel emboldened to keep doing what they're doing. If we do not chip away at their influence and demand accountability, they'll continue to use their social power, financial power, whatever, right, to keep abusing other people and keep flying under the radar, right? The article continues. On one occasion, Jones alleges Diddy forced him to watch as he displayed guns and bragged about getting away with shooting people. At one point, he shared apparently that he was responsible for a shooting in a nightclub in New York in 1999 with the rapper Shine-born Jamal Barrow. A jury acquitted Diddy of gun possession and bribery charges in connection with that incident, while Barrow had to go to prison for 10 years. Jones was terrified of Diddy and felt that he could not tell him no, according to the lawsuit. Diddy consistently made it clear that he has immense power in the music industry and with law enforcement. That like having power in the music industry is one thing when it comes to business and manipulation and all that shit, but having connections within law enforcement and having this billionaire sit you down and say, hey, guess what? If you ain't doing this shit, you ain't doing that shit for me like I fucking told you to do, and you won't have anywhere to run. Even if you run to the cops, I know all them bitches in there. So that's cute for you if you thought you was getting away, but you're not. And so like that kind of personality with that kind of power and that much power, especially within law enforcement, and that kind of money, it's crazy. How, like, to get away from them, crazy. So Jones says in the lawsuit that he has video and audio evidence to support some of the allegations. The lawsuit says that Diddy required Jones to record him constantly, and that on several occasions Diddy took Jones's cell phone to record himself. Oh my God. You're recording your own downfall, mama. That is crazy. He said, matter of fact, I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna put the evidence on your phone my fucking self. Okay, man. Okay. Here my phone go, girl. As a result, Jones alleges he has hundreds of hours of video and audio records of Diddy and his staff and his guests engaging in serious illegal activity. Girl, why would you piss off somebody who got this video on you, Diddy? Girl, that shit is crazy. That shit crazy. You over there recording on his phone. I can only imagine Diddy taking all these, them selfie videos where somebody hold the phone up at a high angle. I can only imagine Diddy holding his fucking phone up, recording all the fucked up shit going on behind him, thinking that this shit was sweet, bitch. Now it's in evidence. Now that selfie video, Diddy is exhibit A, it's exhibit B, babes. It's all the way through Z, and they gonna have to start the alphabet again, bitch. Diddy, you got to go. You got to go. Jones says in the suit that he believes Diddy also drugged him on February 2nd, 2023. Oh my God. He alleges he woke up naked, dizzy, and confused in bed with Diddy and two sex workers. Jones says in the suit that he was under an implied work for hire agreement and was not compensated for the songs he produced on the album. As a result, all of these entities including Diddy, were all unjustly enriched at his expense. The labels did not immediately respond to requests for comment. So not only did you do all that shit, right? But on top of all that, apparently, you not paying this man for the work that he done did? Yeah, girl. Yeah. You need to get out of here. Combs has been sued by 4 women so far who have accused him of sexual assault. Of course, Cassie is one of those. The lawsuit was settled the day after it was filed. Diddy, you trying to keep a lid on this shit, and it's not going. Hundreds of hours of video and audio. I mean, what did this man say? He said hundreds of hours, of video and audio recordings of you. You trying to keep a lid on this shit? It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. The lawsuit was settled the day after it was filed. Like I said, the settlement, apparently, according to Diddy's lawyer, the immediate day after settlement was in no way an admission of wrongdoing. Okay, girl. Okay. I really believe, like I said before, I believe that the worst has yet to come with this man. Like, I feel like the worst shit, the most heinous shit is still yet to be uncovered, right? Absolutely a mess. I knew that these were coming, but I just like, wow. It's back to back to back, Diddy. It's back to back to back. What are you gonna do? You stepping down from all type of positions. Hulu's done scrapped your reality TV show that's supposed to follow your family. It's a mess. What you gonna do? The walls are closing in, babes. All those years of abuse, girl, it's coming out. It's coming out. Get these abusers out of here. More power to the victims. Hopefully they get the justice that they fucking deserve for having to deal with this, man. It takes a lot of courage to speak up, right? It does, especially when you're talking about, I'm gonna reiterate, someone who had that much coin, had that much influence in business and music, and also had law enforcement, you know, in their pocket. Takes a lot of courage to do it. So more power, like I said, to the victims. Hopefully y'all will, you know, enter a new era of peace and healing, because that shit is crazy. Thank you all so much for watching, and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening. Dragging bitches, so they tryna ban drag.